Welcome back to Hershey Leisure, and for the first half of 2022, I was studying abroad over in Madrid, Spain, and I shot a whole series called Beyond the Boro. And at the time of recording, the only park-like thing left on that trip is the Feria de San Isidro. And since that's not a permanent park, I decided now is the perfect time to do a video saying which park needs most in terms of coasters. And to do that, I'm going to rank them worst to best, telling you what they need. Number 7. Parque de Atracciones de Zaragoza, Aragon, Spain. The only thing this park is going for is the one-of-a-kind Ramses. It's a weird type of shuttle coaster. It feels like somewhere between Impulse and this Imperial Mega Disco. It was shipped down the Jave corridor from Montjuic for the 2000 season, and tends to operate one of its 2 tracks. Also, it's not very good. No wonder it was the manufacturer's only coaster. Monclao's Zyklon, and alongside is Mina, the newest coaster, which is a 20-year-old Imperial Gravity. The park fails to check off any of Chris's boxes. No standout, no woody, no airtime, no inversion to speak of, no spinner, no launch. That was a decent family coaster, I guess. If coaster was up for sale, Sakalo Nori, and remove the pool and Bar Teresa to put it there. You could scrap Remy's after that and put a new pool there if you want, but I think some of the problems with this park's expansion is attendance, and there's athletic space right there too. However, it was kind of a tight fit over in that area. So maybe look to Zierer's tower models that are still in the market. Maybe get something like Wicked at Lagoon, or even Impulse at Knoebels, because I compare that park to Knoebels, but a lot worse. Number 6. Isla Magica, Sevilla, Granada, Spain. Like Paz, as the Spaniards call it, the Anglophonic community does not talk about this place. It does seem to be more about the shows and the rides, though. The kids' air looks a little higher in the color, so I guess this should be their next priority. Please check off 2 boxes with Jaguar, Vekoma SLC with the Helix, and better strains, as well as a multi-looper that hangs on the track. They also have a one-of-a-kind Kitty Credit Train Post C, but that is just a wacky one with minecart trains. This has sustained the park's lineup its whole life, replacing Expo 92 in 1997. The bargainers are luckily cred, but it's not. Let's scrap Iguazu, their splash boats, for a Mack Power Splash, which counts as a launch coaster and would be another water ride for those oppressive Seville summers. I did see some similar conceptual ideas between it and Lost Island, with the latter being more fantastical. Maybe just the SLC Wacky Worm launch triangle that sounds satisfying. If you go to the Kids Are Improving route, there is a feature that looks like a stage meant to fit into the nature. I'm sure I can squeeze in a new stage somewhere in that area. I was looking at the Vekoma Junior Rebound 208 for that area, but it would stretch into their Sevilla storage area, the 186-meter layout accelerator at Drayton Manor, as 100 feet narrower without the spikes, which probably would just work out for them. Number 5. Wallaby Rhone-Alps, Les Aviones Avant-Garde Rhone-Alps, France. Now we're going places. Jenner is a Vekoma Boomerang with lap bars, making it a multi-looper, in my opinion, the best ride in the park. Mystic also packs 3 inversions, but is not a complete circuit with an inverted spike and turntail back in the station. Timber, with an exclamation point, is a gravity group Woody, but they stable you and you get no airtime. They have a Zierer Tivoli and a Dumb Wild Mouse that is the only thing Six Flags is left behind. No spinner, no launch, no airtime, no invert. Although the plan is to go with Intamin for the 2024 40th Anniversary Edition, most likely for a launch coaster that kept off the Island and the end of a 10-year growth plan. I expected more of a traditional launch than something like Wavebreaker, but might end up being more about the speed and airtime, ticking off 2 more boxes. Fill that final 2 boxes, the spinner and hanging from the track, and SS Freight Spin, using a Tempo Attack X Dark Ride as the cue, and create a whole new steampunk thing with hurricane, surf music, and generator. It can offer a tamer and more intense experience like Dragon Slayer Adventureland in Iowa to meet the more family dynamics and a thrilling bit for teenagers and coder enthusiasts that will visit. Also, please replace Woodstock with Imperial Discovery ASAP. Number 4. Tibidabo, Barcelona, Catalonia, Spain. Now, Tibidabo has nowhere to grow because it's placed on the hillside. When Montaña Rusa opened, they still had their Wildcat, whose plot is now an event space. Montaña Rusa gives some insane laterals and a few airtime pops, and Tibidabo Express was my first VR cred as a powered coaster. If they were to get a third coaster, go with a custom Vekoma invert near the Edifici Cell attraction in the Escultura Morea Yoma. I never got to PortAventura, and this park will never beat it in terms of quality. But $12 round trip on the funicular verse included in the Metro Pass plus bus for a fraction of the cost, and the views of the city are priceless. Number 3. Parque de Atracciones de Madrid, Madrid, Spain. Just like Tibidabo, this park is so good in terms of connection to transit. There's a bus that leads through Casa Campo, has a separate entrance just for the Baton metro station on line 10. I might be begging here, but at least to me is its standout. It's an extended version of the Mauer Skyloop model, even that isn't even common either. Tarantula, the Mauer Spinner, is Mauer's second gift to this park, and I think it's second best in the lineup. The final thrill coaster is Tornado, the original Intamin suspended coaster of that name, and has 3 inversions, making it a multi-looper. No launch, no Woody, no airtime. Gerstlauer gained their newest coaster, trained to Mina in 2012. They have a wild mouse Vertigo with the worst ops, loading all trains before sending them off. Geez, stop. They have a suspended kitty coaster themed to the Fairly Odd Parents and a clone of La Mina themed to Paw Patrol. Mason trained to Mina a Bonbon Lander out of the chain to an upcoming park or replace an aging kitty family coaster elsewhere. Also demo Los Fiordes right there and build a Gerstlauer family launch on the same site. Have a few good floater pops, and I'll give them 2 checks, and we can pass on the Woodies, and its sister park has one. And speaking of its sister park, number 2. Parque Warner Madrid, San Martin de la Vega, Comunidad de Madrid, Spain. Right down an abandoned Circani station in Parque Warner. The second X6 Flags park on this list, and it shows Batman clone, Floorless, Large Tivoli, Vekoma Jib, RCCCA Woody. Actually, not that. Front is okay, and back is constant jackhammering and uses the same trains as El Toro. The park did add a second family coaster, a Mack Youngstar in 2009, and are getting their launch coaster in 2023 from Intamin. Looks to me like Pantheon and Totalis with a slim launch. Although in an official layout, it will become their standout as well. No spinner, no airtime really. There is Tornado nearby, so you think we can get away without one. Let's double down on and get the first Vekoma Hyper for the western area behind the breakdance, or right across from Stuntfall and Pole's Silver Star. Mack and Intamin are more likely. And speaking of the Jib, they could send that to Beltance, which could fill their own invert gap. But it's 20 years old, I don't know if they would do that. Number 1. Europa Park, Roost, Baden-Württemberg, Germany. This park has 3 coasters not built by its owner, Mock Rides. A tiny kiddie coaster, the airtime machines, GCI's voted a wooden airtime standout, and my current number 1 in the aforementioned B&M Hyper Silver Star. Those top tier coasters are joined by Max prototype launched multi-looper Blue Fire and the upcoming Voltron, which is a 4-row car version of the Big Dipper mount, which provides an off-track experience. Arthur truly fulfills the void of hanging on the track, but is more dark ride. Eurosat Coaster is another dark ride coaster, with Euromir being the spinner to finish the list. 2 water coasters, Wild Mouse with an elevator lift, bobsled, power coaster that also has VR for the back half and is an upcharge, and a large kids coaster tucked underneath and behind one of the water coasters. Similar to Parque Warner, not exact. The park needs that big inverted inversion machine, whether it's from them or if they team up with someone else for the job is anyone's guess, but it's probably years away. So this concludes the video. If you enjoyed my rambling into TV and film, be sure to check out my other channel, Lindsay TV Film, for monthly live streams recapping what I've been watching over the past month, anything else that comes up. But for over here, comment, subscribe, strike the bell. Buenas noches, buena suerte, hasta luego.